How do you measure your chances for admissions? Well, my name is Ryan Clark. I'm the founder and CEO of Clark College Consulting and Clark College Funding, the author of 2 wonderful college planning books, an Amazon bestseller, and I've worked with over 1,200 families with selecting, applying, and getting into their dream college for less than they ever dreamed possible. And today we're going to talk about how do you determine your chances of getting into a college. Well, this is based upon several factors, of course, and those factors can be measurable, and there are some factors that are really hard to measure, but colleges still consider. So the easily measured factors are your GPA and your standardized test scores, meaning your SAT, ACT, and your AP test. Now, less measurable but equally important are things like the rigor of your high school class work, your resume, your contributions that you made to your community, your love of learning, and your life experiences. So let's start with the measurable factors. As we said before, the measurable factors are your standardized test score, your GPA, and your AP scores. I like to start with the standardized test scores. And with my students, we categorize our standardized test scores and we put them into 3 different zones, if you will, and we color code them. So we have a green zone, a yellow zone, and a red zone. And the green zone means that if we plot the student standardized test score and we compare it to last year's freshman class, how do they compare? If they're in the top 25%, then they are in the green zone. Well, what does that mean in terms of chances? Well, if we apply to a typical average college, our chances are 60 to 100% of getting in. What about the yellow zone? What is the yellow zone? Well, the yellow zone means we're right in the middle. It means we are mid 50 percentile range. We're like all the other students that typically go to that college. And so that's good and bad. It's good because we're like everyone else, and it's bad because we don't really stand out. We're like everyone else. And so our acceptance chances go down a little bit. So if we are in the yellow, we're in that mid 50% range, our chances, our acceptance rate is from 20 to 60%. So let's move on to the last category or last range, and that is the red zone. In the red zone, that means your test scores are on the lower end, the bottom 20, 25 percentile of last year's freshman class. So they're lower than the average student that attends that college. That doesn't mean that you won't be accepted. It just means your chances are pretty low, and it's typically under 20%. So you want to think about that. So how many schools should you have in each zone? Well, in the green zone, I think 1 to 4 is pretty good. These are your sure bets or your safety colleges or colleges that you would like to attend, but you have a really, really good chance of getting in and probably getting merit aid and also maybe qualifying for the honors program. What about the yellow zone? Well, again, no more than 4, so 2 to 4 is what I tell my students. These are your expected or target colleges, and the majority of your college list should probably be in the zone as well. It's kind of the sweet spot for your college admissions. And then the last is your red zone, and these are kind of your reach schools, right? So you don't want to have too many of these, so maybe 1 to 3. And this is where you have those immeasurable factors that can really make you stand out, that would allow you to get into the school. So I want you to start thinking about that. So do me a favor and take action. So if you're an underclassman or if you're a senior right now, I want to go ahead and start putting your standardized test scores and your GPA in these different zones so you have a pretty good idea ahead of time your chances of getting into those schools, right? So you should have a balance of colleges from each zone. So some reds, some yellows, some greens. So you want to go shoot for the moon, but also you want to have some colleges where you know you're absolutely going to get in as well. We use a tool called My Chances when working with my students, and it plots everything for you so you can quickly get an idea where you stand. So you need to know if I need to add a college in the green or if I need to add a college in the yellow. It's really quick. It's really easy. So this is what I want you guys to do. Go ahead and make your college list. Go ahead and start plotting where you stand with your GPA and your standardized test scores so you have an idea of your chances of being admitted at this school. Now, there's one exception. If you're applying to colleges where the acceptance rate is 20% or less, even if you're in the green, your chances are really, really low because those are very, very, very competitive schools. So keep that in mind as well. So follow these steps, guys. Hope you found this interesting. Hope you found this helpful. Do me a favor. Please share this with other students, other parents that are going through this process. And keep those questions coming, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye-bye.